Alright, so we're going to answer some questions for this questionnaire here.
We're from the Depths Entertainment.
Yes.
Alright. The first question. How did you get started with music and how did you develop your sound? Who thought of the name, The Panic Broadcast, and is there any meaning behind it?
That's one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one question.
Do you want to talk, like, are we, like, individually, or should we, I guess everybody was in different bands at the time, and we somehow just kind of migrated toward each other, and actually Jack, our bassist, is my younger brother, and we didn't have a bassist for a while, so he kind of basically just taught himself, and learned all the songs and everything, and so that's pretty much, I guess, that family has anything that I had, right?
Well, how long have I been in it? I've been doing it since, 2003, 2004. So I've been in the game for a while. Then picked him up when he was 15 and been together since.
Yep.
Alright. That was good. I thought that pretty much... Yeah.
All right, question 2. What do you want people to take away from your music?
There's more than meets the eye and ear. Sorry to have to use something from Transformers, but like... example, like Ronnie James Dio. Any song you listen to, there is a double meaning. There might even be more than 2 meanings. I always thought his lyrics were very cryptic but awesome, because you always kind of like walked away feeling, I don't know, energized in a way that only a 5-foot man screaming about dragons could make you feel. But that's what I got.
Really, I don't know what to say. Really, I never thought about it.
You perceive it as you will. I mean,
There you go. Well, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's really all to the listener. Read the lyrics and
don't
form an
assume
opinion.
don't assume anything, from whatever. But if you perceive it as some sort of truth to you, sure, go ahead.
I feel like
Alright.
we kind of write about a lot of current events things, a lot of novels, which I guess one of the questions is, we'll get to that on the list somewhere, but
Now the second part was, who thought of the name, The Panic Broadcast?
I was reading a lot of H.G. Wells. Actually, the last one that I think I finished was Time Machine, and I'm going to say, because I loved it, I freaking loved the Tom Cruise H.G. Wells that came out a couple years later. I thought it was pretty freaking good. It's a little bit, obviously a little bit different because the freaking book was written in like the late 1800s and shit, but it kind of reminded me of the, the whole false flag or whatever you want to call it, kind of test thing they did when Orson Welles read it over the air in freaking 1938, and for people that relate to the broadcast, I mean, some of them, you gotta think 1938, how do you deal with something like that? So that's pretty much where it came from. It's also an awesome Soil Work album, so.
All right. How would you describe your sound to the average listener?
It's just like old school metal mixed with like modern stuff. It's
Homebrew metal. Like, it's
homegrown.
a whole bunch of stuff that we loved listening to while growing up, or listening to on a day-to-day basis, and we just
Stick to the roots.
stick to our
But
roots.
yet try to put a little bit now here and there in it.
We're nothing like super technical, but it's just
It's
fun.
catchy.
It's fun.
Well, I mean,
A lot of fun.
Catchy, thrashy.
we could write a song. I mean, we'll get you something.
If it gets
Yeah.
the crowd
We get you
moving,
something. I mean, we write songs about fucking shopping lists and stuff, for crying out loud. Anything from like Mike's wife's grocery list to like, basically Sasquatch and everything.
A squirrel.
Everything and in between going on in the world today. So
we are far from having
we're like a variety show if it was like metal.
running out of anything.
Yeah.
So, homebrew metal.
A little bit of everything for everybody.
That's That's what we are, homebrew metal.
All right. Who are 3 bands you'd like to tour with?
Oh boy. This is gonna be like 50.
Well, there's so many good bands, you know, professional and local.
Really haven't put a lot of thought into that because we're pretty
play with
content
anybody.
who we play with.
Like a Make-A-Wish kind of foundation thing. Like me personally, at this stage.
I'll
of
play
the game,
anywhere
Yeah, like I
with
don't know.
anybody.
Who do you think? What would you say?
National acts? I don't know.
Anthrax.
Iron Maiden,
That'd be sick.
Megadeth,
Yeah.
Shadows Fall.
Yeah.
Devil Driver.
Yeah.
Arch Enemy.
Yeah.
Locally, our buddies in Trap Hill Collision. They were awesome. They're a horror punk band out of
Stephen City.
Stephen City, Virginia, and our buddies in Sacrificial Betrayal. Good group of guys. Final Punishment would be cool.
Final
Good
Punishment,
group of
yeah.
guys.
Those are awesome.
I don't know. There's
Plan.
so many to plan.
Yeah,
The Plan.
Locally,
That was a
those,
lot of
those
fun.
kids are awesome.
So there's too many to really choose.
Yeah. But those are a few.
Alright,
Yeah.
that was pretty good.
All right.
That's one.
How has COVID affected what you do?
It hasn't.
It never has.
We just kept going. I mean,
I think realistically, we gave it like a week and a half, kind of like observed and tried to see what basically if it was possible. I think even if it was a deadly freaking thing, that we all would have just been like, I'm bored, you guys want to go meet the band room and fucking
I mean,
play
sure.
a couple songs? But
Sure, we've lost some people to events, and but that just really just pushed us forward.
yeah, I think despite all the crap that's been going on, that if there wasn't music, that I don't know, we'd all be in a freaking padded room somewhere.
Exactly.
It's kept us grounded. It's kept me grounded. I know the rest of the guys enjoy it too.
If I wasn't doing this, I think I'd be a tyrant.
All right, fucking humongous there.
I can't even fathom what I'd be doing. It's a scary thought.
Underwater basket weaver. All right.
All right. What's your take on the current state of metal?
Jack, you start this one. I'm gonna put you in the hot seat.
I think it's a lot of good, but I think people need to just stick to the roots. Like they need to go back to listening to what like made metal,
Yeah.
and like listen to that and use that as an influence because that stuff influenced what they're listening to. A lot of the time, people need to just
Pass the torch, but don't forget.
don't forget the old stuff. A lot of melody has been lost and stuff in modern music, which is a shame.
I mean, these artists who do these kind of genres, like, really wouldn't know how to label them, but they do good for what they do in their genres, and trying to find scenes, because everything is so diverse now, trying to find like-minded bands or like-sounded bands or something,
Yeah.
it's kind of difficult.
Also, like, I feel like there's a lot. We play with a lot of really good bands, and a lot of, like, not just saying, a lot of diverse bands, good at what they do. Absolutely, draw a crowd. I mean, everybody seems to have a good time, which is an important thing. Because, I mean, if you're not there to blow off a little steam and have some fun, then what the hell are you doing it for, or showing up to the event? But I feel like people are kind of nervous to break out of the box, really, to just go for it in a lot of ways. Because I've heard, I mean, shit, who the hell am I? But, like, I don't know, I've heard a lot of really, really talented bands that just never seen the light of day. And I think that, maybe in a perfect world, everybody would get their notoriety because they deserve it. But I think that more bands need to just go for it. And try something new. Try something, who cares? Like, if you think it sounds good and you can jam out to it, people will either get it or they won't.
Well, to me personally, I get into a lot of the newer metal. I mean, I'm all your metalcore and stuff like that. I get into that.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
but as far as actually performing it, when it comes to writing or lyrically, I just automatically go back to 80s thrash.
You write what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Last two. What's next for the Panic broadcast? And any shout outs?
Right now, we're just finishing up mixing and mastering and recording a little bit for our album that's coming out. We're working on artwork and stuff for it.
And the title.
Yes, in the title.
We think we have one, but we're just gonna take our time on that. Continue.
So the music's almost done and all that. We've been working on new merch that's going to be coming out soon. And yeah, just writing.
And then coming up in June, we have 2 shows, one in Maryland and one in DC.
The Lion's Den.
The Lion's Den, is that what it's called?
Never mind. Keep going.
What'd you say?
No. Yeah. Keep
Okay.
going.
Okay, we fucked up.
Hey, you're good. You're good. Keep going.
Alright, is that what it was called?
No, it's called Ellis Baruch.
No, it's called Washington D.C. That's why I call it the Lion's Den.
Oh.
But now I had to explain the joke. So you're
wah,
good.
wah.
You're good.
Alright, Atlas Brewing in DC with Contortion, Hatchet Whore, Sacrificial Betrayal, and us. And then in Maryland on, what is it?
30th.
June 30th, playing with, oh man, I can, shit.
We'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, we'll get
But
back.
some awesome
We'll make a
bands.
post about
That's
that when it comes
Contortion.
up.
Yeah. Shout outs. So we played a while back. It was actually one of our first shows with our guitarist at the time, but it was this band's first show, and they're called Trap Hill Collision. Very, very awesome band. Like if you're into Misfits, horror punk type shit, Danzig, definitely check them out. Awesome guys. Been very, very good to us.
Sacrificial Betrayal. A good group of guys.
Amazingly talented.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Another good band. Go check them out. They're on
I mean,
Spotify.
if you like Hatebreed, you'll like them. They're better.
Final Punishment.
Yeah.
Final Punishment,
Punishment.
Fucking brutal.
Extreme.
The Plan.
The Plan, yeah.
Spiral
Yes.
Fracture.
Spiral Fracture.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Some awesome guys right there.
Fuck it. Who else? Fuck. We played Three Piece.
Yeah.
Three
Those
Piece.
guys are sick.
Disposed.
Disposed. Those guys are sick as well. A lot of actually really good local bands out of this area.
Play with a lot of. We've been fortunate enough to play with a lot of good bands.
Absolutely, and
Absolutely.
good dudes too, just as well. So that's also nobody likes a conceited douchebag. Like that's like the worst fucking thing. It's just like, dude, get the fuck on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's supposed to be welcome for everyone.
Absolutely.
It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
And I guess
And
that.
shout out to From the Depths Entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank
you
you.
guys.
And-
We appreciate it.
And
Yes.
to all of our supporters, all of our followers,
Family, friends,
family,
loved
friends,
ones.
people we worked with who were patient with us,
A fucking high school guidance counselor at Step that said I'd never fucking amount to anything.
that coach who
And
told
I'm
me
sitting
behind-
here and we're doing fucking you don't gotta talk about that. Man. It's like,
Everything we do ourselves.
Homegrown.
It's all in house.
yeah. So
Homebrew metal.
this is Mike drums for Panic Broadcast. And
Matt, guitar.
Smoky vocals.
Jack bass.